Okay, this bit's optional now, so we're just going to render it. So you don't have to do this for the homework task, but if you want to, I'm gonna light it from this side. So this is where my light source is coming from this way. So this is going to be my dark face, then moving into my mid-tones on this side. This is going to be my light tones. So I'm going to do it orange. Okay, so I'm going to press on relatively hard. If you struggle to stay inside the lines, just use your ruler to protect the edge. There we go. On the side, so this is my dark tones all the way along here. If you create little white gaps in your rendering, you might have to go back over them to blend them in. There we go. So I'm just going to render that bit along there and along the top. Now, because the iPod mini in this instance has got a rounded corner, we can't suddenly go from a dark tone to a mid-tone. It's got to graduate. So what we're going to do then is we're going to finish off with my dark tone here, and then around about here, about there, we're going to gradually fade it. So I'm going to take off the pressure and I'm going to fade it to a light tone. Okay, so I'm going to fade off there to a light tone, fade to a light tone, fade to a light tone, and fade to a light tone. So I'm going to put a highlight in down here, which is completely white. I'm going to miss a little bit of a gap. I'm just going to put a faint little line of orange just on the edge here. So I've got my highlight running down the side. If you want to, you can colour blend as well. So if you want it a bit darker on this side, you can use a harmonious colour. So in this instance, a harmonious colour with orange would be red. So I can shade over there to try and get a bit more darker with the tone. Because we want to try and show that this is a glass screen around the outside, I'm going to use a very, very small pale blue here. So I'm just going to press on, not very hard on the edge, and just to neaten it, and I'm just going to blend that in so it goes completely white. The same on this one. I'm going to press on hard and then fade it in, press on hard, fade that in. There we go. Do the bottom bit, so press on hard on the bottom and fade that in. The same on the top, so I'm pressing on hard and fading it in. I'm going to put my highlights in now. So because it's stood upright with my ruler, these are all got to be parallel. From this corner here, I'm just going to draw a series of little diagonal lines. Some can be long, short, but so long as they're all parallel with each other, these are our reflective lines to show it's got a reflective surface. The click wheel on the actual device is white, but because it's on our dark tone, we can use a pencil, so we can just make it grey because it's on the dark tone. So I'm just shading a little bit there, and then with your finger, you can rub that in. There we go. If you want to, I suppose you can put a little drop shadow just on the edge here, just to shade that in. There we go. And then the top will be the light tone. So I don't need to put, this will be completely white on the top. There we go. Oh, before I did that as well, I didn't have a fine liner. So with my pencil, I just pressed on hard the lines I wanted to keep. And then any lines that I didn't, I just rubbed those out on the side. Okay.